Welcome back to Hue Loving Life. I'm Michelle, and I got the go-ahead to do this next video. So I'm so super excited because this one is, of course, from the Spiritual Laws of Life, okay, Harold Klemp. But this particular one is about the law of God. What? There's a law of God? Okay, this is so exciting. I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do, or even a fraction, because I'm super geeked about this stuff. Okay, so the law of God. Everything has its origin in spirit. Divine truth is one and unchanging. Divine truth is one and unchanging. Okay, wow. The Odyssey of Soul teaches us to cooperate with the laws of God. It takes many lifetimes of bumps and bruises before all the lessons of godhood sink in. And when they do, we are granted the grace to partake consciously of the highest aspects of sainthood. What? Okay. So that's from the Living Word, Book 1, Article 31. The Eckmaster speaks of the law of God. This supreme law speaks to the heart, for it tells of the relationship between the Sugmad, God, and soul. That law is love. It gives each person an answer to the ancient riddle of life, which is, what is my purpose here? Agnostic or simple believer in a traditional God, all souls are moving into a that was a good word, greater circle of light and understanding. So all souls are moving into greater understanding, whether you don't even believe in God, you're still moving into greater understanding. The law of God states that soul has existence because God wills it. Thus, God loves all life so dearly that it allows soul to exist. If it did not love life, there would be no life forms in this universe, and all would be barren. Time, space, law, chance, matter, primitive energy, and intelligence are only the effects of God's love for life and only exist to serve soul in its journey to find liberation and freedom. Oh my. So everything is basically here for our growth. That's really cool. The soul is not the cause for the law which brings happiness or misery. Not being free, neither does it act as the prime cause that brings about the opposite. Okay. As the free self, it has the opportunity to establish itself as the prime mover for bringing about happiness and letting life be what it should be. It does not establish life, but exists because life itself supports soul as the prime consideration of God's love for every individual soul within the universe. Oof, that was a mouthful. Okay. But the highlighted words, which I will repeat here, life itself supports soul as the prime consideration of God's love for every individual soul within the universe. So we are supported like strongly. Okay. One of the most prevalent misunderstandings is that the law of God works only for those who have a devout or religious objective. This is a fallacy. Okay, so anyone who's agnostic, that's good news for you. It works just as impersonally as any law of physics. It can be used for greed or selfish purposes as well as noble ones. Okay, so it is basically there for everyone. That means you, and you, and you, and you, even you people who have fallen out of alignment or choosing to do really horrible things, it's still there for you too. Wow, it's for everyone, impartial. There was a time before these lower worlds were created that would be, okay, so the fifth love and above are the love worlds, okay, of the love vibration, no dichotomy, whereas below that is the physical, astral, causal, mental, etheric. And those all have dichotomy for the purpose of our training and relearning who we actually are and lessons. There was a time before these lower worlds were created when soul resided in the heavens. It's difficult to conceive of such a thing in heaven as selfish or ungrowing soul, but interestingly enough, it wouldn't serve anyone or anything except itself. Okay. Well, okay. So even in the love and above, soul was just loving on itself and not helping anyone else. And thus, so God sent soul down into the lower worlds, which had been created specifically for its experience. The hardships and troubles, even the happiness and joy, the full spectrum of experience that we know through the five senses and beyond, are for soul's unfoldment, so that one day it may become a co-worker with God. This is the only purpose of it all. Whoa, that's like strong to hear that. It's the only purpose is to become a co-worker. Like sainthood, like they were saying earlier, Eckmaster, some will say angel, but basic co-worker. So an egoless co-worker with God, all that is. God of itself runs a straight course and does not take care of the individual in a sense, yet it has the individual's welfare close to its heart. Okay, so God has appointed other beings, okay, parts of itself to care for the lower worlds where we are learning our lessons. All things from heaven to earth are under its care, and it hears the faint chirp of the cricket, though it may seem deaf to our loudest prayers. That's why not thy will, not my will, but thine be done. And also may the blessings be is a really like powerful way to pray versus being specific because you don't have God's view, right? So we are appointed as gurus to take care of all who come for help. Lo, oh, we're getting old ancient words here. Let's get ready for that. Lo, you who are weary and burdened, come unto me, and I will take your burden. Remember that this is our responsibility in life. So it's basically saying we're all Eckmasters in training, and it is our responsibility to be of service and aid when someone comes in need of that. The living Eckmaster, the God man who is now living in the physical universe, cares for all life. Trust in him. So, yeah, I just made a video last night because it was really incredible to be on a Zoom call with the current living Eckmaster. I was so excited and geeked about that in real time. And to do a spiritual exercise with him, how amazing is that? I'm so happy about that last night. I'm so geeked about it. So I made a video last night. I couldn't sleep and I made it late last night. So you guys might want to check it out. It's, I think it says something like Sri Doug Kunin shares new spiritual exercise. Well, it was new to me and I did it, and you guys should check it out because it was really awesome. In fact, I'll put it in one of the 4 boxes at the end of this video, and it was really cool exercise. Anyway, and one of my subscribers, thank you for sharing this information, says that this is an 8th initiation practice. So who knows? Okay. Spiritual enlightenment and illumination come as we have contact with this light and sound of God. All right. The Ekist sees the actual light of God that comes during contemplation. Yes. So you guys, you can see the blue orb of the Mahanta. So if you ever see a blue orb and you've had your eyes checked, you don't have anything wrong with your brain or anything like that, you'll see a blue orb. In fact, when I opened this book, I saw the blue orb on the page. So I wasn't going to say anything about it, but now since this came up, I did. So it's kind of like a confirmation that you're on the right track. For me, at least, and or that you're being supported, that the Mahanta is always with you. Spiritual enlightenment and illumination come as we have contact with this light and sound of God. The Ekist sees the actual light of God that comes during contemplation. It gives spiritual upliftment and takes away the karma. Ooh, that's good. I just thought I was being supported. I'm losing karma left and right. Yes, thank you, because I see that blue orb. All right. So apparently when you see the blue orb, you guys, you're also having karma being mitigated. That's exciting. Okay, which it's mitigating the karma which has been created throughout our past lives and the daily karma from this lifetime. Yeah, we all create karma. Like, even in our thoughts, you have to be so careful what you're even thinking. It's true. Just keep your thought on love. Keep your thought on love, God, source, the Mahanta, or whoever you speak with, if it's Jesus. But honestly, the Mahanta would be the best choice because there's been 974 of them. And that being said, the one who is the current one is the one who's going to really be of the most help to you. Though you can talk with older ones that, have helped you before. Some people have favorites. I do have, different Eck masters I worked with in past incarnations that I feel very happy to think of, or to have a contemplation about, or to even see, or to have experiences with in real time. So, yeah, that's possible too. Okay. We can do without the light, but we can't do without the sound. So the sound is even closer to God, love source, all that is Sugmad, than the light. Okay. It is an actual sound that we hear. It may be that of an orchestra, it may be that of a flute. It could even be roaring wind in your brain. Okay. Like you could hear wind or something, like just going on really strong. This is the only way that God can speak to us, through either light or sound. Whenever we have an experience on the inner and we hear a booming voice, it may be a master, whether seen or unseen, another being or an angel of God, but it's not God. So voices are not, but sounds are. The true voice is what we seek. It gives the wisdom and truth which surpasses all understanding. Yeah. As we begin to get this light and sound in our life, it shows in how we conduct our daily affairs. That's for sure. Our daily life is a reflection of what happens inwardly. We may be spiritually successful, but it doesn't necessarily mean we're going to be rich. If we set a goal for a project, we ought to get a grasp of spiritual principles from the experience. These help us succeed in the sense that these experiences take us to the next step in life. What we call success, other people may call failure. That's so true. Because we have a different viewpoint. And because we have this viewpoint, we have happiness and lightness, which many other people would dearly love to experience, but never have found, no matter how many businesses they open, how many cars they buy, how many homes that they have. That is not bringing them the happiness. The happiness comes in a different way. The greatest principle, though you could have those things, don't get me wrong. The greatest principle of God is the survival of the individual, that is soul. The dynamic principle of existence is survival. Our belief about the liberation of soul is unlike that of Christianity. A Christian may lead just about any kind of life he wants to, as long as he confesses his sins and accepts the atonement, or at one ment, I like that word, of Jesus in the final hour. In truth, the law of God is not like that. It is much simpler. When we have love, we act with love. Love is the doorway to heaven. It is not power, it is not control, nor is it anger. Unless love enters the heart, one has yet to find spiritual freedom. So things may have happened to you, and you still might be really angry and drudging them up, but the anger has to go. It just does. You have to find the love and forgiveness somewhere. Not saying it's an easy task, but it's doable. Most people overlook the ways that the Holy Spirit speaks to us. It's not that the ways are too humble, it's that the people are too proud to listen. Yeah, I can attest to that. Having been too proud to listen, it was like knock, 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 knock. And I was like, no, 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 not answering that door. But then finally I had to. Divine Spirit speaks to us through its creatures and through nature. Oh, yeah, there's that too. You guys, I seriously have a zoo in my backyard, not a joke. And every single day there'll be a different messenger. Okay, different animal will come by, and I'll have a little inkling as to the trajectory, like a foreshadowing of that day. It shows us how the law of God can work if we have the spiritual understanding to see it. Oh my gosh, you guys, that was the law of God. How cool is it that there's a law of God? Like, I just love this book. If you can get it, You will not regret it. Whoa, I'm dropping it. I just want you to see the title. Yeah, okay. So it's called The Spiritual Laws of Life, and it's Harold Klemp, and you can get this at eckankar.org. There's a bookstore. It is so worth the purchase because you can review the laws, and they're so important to know. I mean, what's more important than knowing the spiritual laws of life? Honestly, that's just my 2 cents and opinion on it. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope you guys have a beautiful, or make it, thank you, make it a beautiful day. Also, like and subscribe if you do. It helps the algorithm push this content out to more people, and I think it's helpful content. So have a beautiful day. Make it a beautiful day. Lots of love.